Sing ciao everybody, welcome back. You're watching Vietnam Steve, and I've got a good one for you today. Just going to duck out early, get the 5K under the belt, and share with you some of the things that people have been asking me about Vietnam and whether it's actually safe here. So I'll just go down in the elevator, see you down below, and let's get into it. Don't know which one's coming. So it's a beautiful morning here, just gone 6 a.m. and we're heading up to the weekend. I think today is Thursday. So I'm going to try and get this one edited and get it out a little bit later on today. And engage with the village. Next door to me here, obviously they're building the Aeon Mall, and it's silent now, so I thought I'd get out and get around the neighbourhood. We have a lot of banging and clanking, sing chow, all day and all night, and it's nice to have a little bit of quiet. Not going to go too far today because you've seen the streets around here just the other day, and my goal tomorrow is to get over to the water again and have another crack at recording something nice over there for you. Look, a lot of people have been asking me, is Vietnam safe? Because since I've been over here, they're worried for my safety, so thank you very much. And you know, you think about safety as being relative to where you've actually come from. I want to go across the ground there, but it looks like it's been washed. And look, one of the things that I find they do have a lot of here are severe tropical weather, so monsoons and typhoons and those kind of things. So it's the climate for it, and if you're coming to Vietnam sort of in that June to November period, you're likely to hit a pretty massive storm. I was here a couple of years ago where we had Typhoon Yagi, and I've got to say some of that wind was 300 kilometres an hour, which was quite scary. Watching the television here, I do see a flood now and again, particularly in Ho Chi Minh City. The city seems to be quite low-lying, and there's flooding. And of course, Vietnam's a very mountainous region, and there's quite often landslips and landslides and those kind of things. Probably once a month on the news you're seeing where somebody's had a landslide come down. I mean, these houses across the road from me here had a landslide there and took out a house. So even not in a mountainous region, but the land is a bit flexible. And of course, depending on your own personal disposition, the heat and humidity can get to you. It's a hot and humid year round here. Even in the winter, which is short and sharp, we get a bit of respite, but then it's bitterly cold. So is Vietnam safe? From a weather perspective, I'd say it is for a Westerner just visiting Vietnam. But obviously, if you live here, there's probably some more weather impacts that are going to affect you than in your home locale. So probably rate that one 50-50, depends on where you come from. I see some brutal storms in North America, I see some brutal storms in Australia, and they have them here in Vietnam as well. So maybe it's no more unsafe than where you've actually come from. The big one people are talking about are the health risks, mosquito-borne diseases, bad water quality, those kind of things. Obviously, I don't sit around out getting eaten by mosquitoes every day, and I'm also the sort of person that's not susceptible to mosquito bites. Now, that having been said, I get bitten by a mosquito, but it's simply, I was bitten by a mosquito. I don't get big red welts and have to broadcast to everybody that I've been bitten by a mosquito. So, you know, there are some mosquito-borne diseases here. I know we try and keep the kids away from the mosquitoes. And of course, as I'm talking to you now, I'm having little flies land on me and I think, oh dear, they're mosquitoes. So, you know, there are mosquitoes here and there's mosquito-borne diseases. Take all the precautions that you need to take before you come here for all of those kind of things. And then when you get here, is the water safe? Is the food safe? And so I have to say I've never had any trouble with the food. I carry a bunch of tablets that'll help me out if that did occur, and I've never had to use them in 6 years. So I've managed to eat good food. I don't drink the water. One, because it's probably not safe, but two is it has a different taste to the water that I'm used to at home, and it's not something I want to be drinking. So we have bottled water here, and bottled water is very, very cheap, 50 cents a bottle, and so everybody will drink bottled water. There's limited medical capabilities in some areas. So here in Ha Long, we've got a few hospitals. We've got a government hospital, we've got a private hospital. But as you get out into the more rural areas, depending on where you're going to be going, you might find it hard to get that medical treatment if you came down with something. So health risks, if you've got some of those, you might want to stay close to the big cities. I've got evacuation insurance, so well, I've got medical insurance, but really the only thing I'm focused on is if I have a major catastrophe, can I get out of here and get taken to my home country for treatment? So be worthwhile on the health risk side of things, even if you are self-insured on medical grounds, that you think about something like evacuation insurance to get your ass home if you're incapacitated. I'm playing with fire walking back down near the construction site because it is silent right now. This must be the shift changeover, because I think I've mentioned in another VART, it's video art, that it does go silent about 6 or 7 in the morning and then really cranks up. I'll just have a look what the actual time is here now. It's 5:32, so yeah, it goes silent about now, and we'll start Sing Chow, and we'll start cranking off again in an hour or so. Always good to stop the video and change hands. I've got a selfie stick holding you today, which makes it easy for me, but sometimes it does get caught in the hand the wrong way. You can't see coming towards me. I've got 4 ladies out doing the morning constitutionals. So a lot of people out walking early in Vietnam. Good morning. Sing Chow. They're just getting all the local news, I guess, in the morning. Blah, 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 blah. Is Vietnam safe? The other one here that I wanted to talk about was the traffic. I mean, the traffic is a bit nuts here. They're trying to tidy it up, but this road's only wide enough for one car. I was going to say one person, me, but one car. We've got people parking on both sides. We've got somebody up on the sidewalk over there. So the traffic conditions are nuts. Risk Management 101 is don't drive in Vietnam. Public transport seems okay. Haven't caught too many buses. I do get in limousines and taxis all the time. They're safe, never had an issue, never had an accident in 6 years. So I think road safety's fairly okay here. It's different to what you're used to as a Westerner, so landing in Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, crossing the road for the first time is going to be a adventure for you. And let me know how you go with that. It's whoa, it's never fun, but step off and act with confidence. Getting around Vietnam, domestic flights, always delayed. So you're never going to miss a flight because they never leave on time. I've got a flight in a month or so, and departure time's been changed 3 times so far, put back. So I'm actually going a day early to where I need to go to, because I knew if I went on the day, the flight would be delayed and would upset me. So I've gone a day early, forking out for a hotel the night before, so it doesn't matter how late I get there, as long as I get there that day, I'm good to go the next day. Tomorrow, heading up to Hanoi to meet a colleague of mine. He's just come in at 1 o'clock this morning. Xin chào. Good morning. He's got another colleague coming in at 6 tonight, and I'll go up there tomorrow and have a bit of fun in Hanoi. I'm going to go up in a taxi. It's about 100 Australian dollars, and it's the quickest way. Going with my wife, and just makes it easy. There's those limousine buses, which are the 14-seat buses. You can go in them. They're pretty easy, but they do take a bit longer. The road to Hanoi is about 2 hours, 20 minutes, so I don't need to put anything longer into that. Quite a lot of people out here this morning. I guess the one that most people are talking about is crime and petty theft. And I know some of the Vietnamese people that I associate with are worried that I'm going to get burgled as a fat man in Vietnam. I haven't been burgled in 6 years. Haven't suffered any crime other than the burglar in the taxi that robbed me yesterday. But I haven't had my phone snatched from me or a bag snatched from me. I know when I go to Ho Chi Minh City, my friend down there, she's quite worried when I sit close to the road or have my phone out, filming on my hand. She's really worried that I'm going to get hit by somebody going past on a motorbike and snatching it away. There's plenty of scams here because there's plenty of people that have less than you. So the taxi scam I've already spoken about. There's fake tours. So you pay money, you think you're going on a really nice tour, and it's a bit of a lowbrow tour. And of course, I hate to say it, but the police here can be a bit shady. They're coin operated, which is always a good thing, but not when it's the police that are coin operated. So had a few altercations with police that legitimately have to collect money from me, I will say, but I'm not getting a receipt for it. It's going in their back pocket. So crime and scams are prevalent here. The rule of law is not what you're used to in your home country, because this is a separate country with their own laws. And just be alert, I think. Be alert, not alarmed, or whatever it is they say. Is Vietnam safe? The question I get asked all the time. So probably there's a few political and legal risks here. Protests are rare. You're not going to be caught up in LGBTQI protests or Green the Planet protests or anything like that. They just don't occur. People are more focused on the important things like their own family and those kind of things. Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hit the 4 ladies pounding out the 5 kilometres. There's strict laws here. It's a strict country. Dickheads are not welcome, although there are dickheads here. So when you come here, follow the rules and you'll be fine. I actually feel more free here than in the West, because I don't really, as a tourist, have the overlords overbearing on me. I get around below the radar, do my expat living thing, and don't really have any run-ins with political and legal risks. So from that perspective, I'd say you're safe, but you need to know they exist. So if you're planning on doing something shady, you're probably going to get caught, and they're probably going to demand some money from you. Drug users frowned upon here, so well, that's a big crane. Strict drug penalties. Looks like we might have some action happening here with the crane. Strict penalties for criticism of the government, which tells you how good the government is, and poor social behaviours. So if you're disrupting the peace and not getting along with the community, they don't like that either. So you're safe from a physical safety perspective, but there's probably some risks you need to think about. All right, nearly back where I started from now. That was a fast run around the neighbourhood. I did pause you for a few minutes there while I pounded up to the corner and back, but I took you there yesterday, so no need to do that. Probably the last thing to wrap this up on the is Vietnam safe thought bubble is cultural considerations. So you come into a different culture here, and they've got different norms and different expectations and ways of doing things. So if you're visiting any of the more significant areas of Vietnam, probably modest dress. I know the very first time I came here, they told me it was long sleeves and long pants here in Ha Long Bay. And when I got here, I found it wasn't really the case. So while there's an expectation of modest dress, they still understand if you're a fool and you don't have modest dress. If you're going to any of the temple areas, please show respect. It's long dresses for ladies and long pants for men. And just, you know, to show a bit of respect culturally, maybe think about some of the common phrases that you might want to learn. So, had a lady here that set up a massive garden, and it's now been nailed by a vacant block of land, but she's still got a few things growing along here, and of course her massive garden's been narrowed down to this little narrow thing beside her house. Look, I hope that's given you some confidence in coming to Vietnam. I find it safe. Most likely thing that's going to happen to you is get scammed by a taxi driver, have a scare crossing the road, and that's about it, really. Thanks for those of you that have been following the channel. Please, if you like the content, hit the like button. If you want to see more of Vietnam Steve, obviously subscribe to the channel. And I'll be back in a couple of days with a bit of art, talking about how I'm knocking some costs out in this current environment. Stay frosty. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.